Hey guys, RIchard Phu here from The Ultimate Man and RichardPhu.com, the place to be for authenticity, love and courage. And today on the Daily Man Fuel, I want to show you the moon. And it's funny because I've been watching some videos and I was just coming out here for my daily walk, and I'm not sure if you can see, there's a little speck up there, and it reminded me of something interesting. It reminded me of how silly we can be sometimes when we're so confused and we don't know what it is. This is a special mention to my bro Jeff, right? When we're in, the reason why I laugh is because I'm walking and I look at that moon, and I remember this moment when we're at the Inca Trail, we're doing our hike, and our tour guide sits us down and he's talking about these ruins over here, how they used to have, you know, the layers because farming, and the way, you know, the rains would come, it just irrigates down and all these other things. And then he stops and he finishes, and we're all buggered. Yeah, we're all buggered because it's been a bit of a hike. It's probably day 3 or 4, something out of 5. And he's like, so do you have any questions? And my mate Jeff points to this, right, and it's all cloudy and stuff. And he says, you know, the thing's really bright, right? Yeah, because it's actually the sun. He goes, is that the moon? And it's like the most random question you could ask. It's the most random question you could ever ask anyone. And it turns out that it's actually the sun. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because it's funny. Is that, and this is what inspires me about Jeff, is that he didn't stop him. It didn't scare him that, you know, he could have been made fun of, which he was. We all cracked up because, like, dude, what's wrong with you? It's clearly the sun. It's clearly the sun. What's up with you? And it didn't stop him. And because he showed that courage, because he showed that will to just go ask. So I had to move because someone pulled up in front of their house. I had to ask and just experience, just have fun. Ask the silly questions. Sometimes you're going to look like you're silly. Sometimes they are silly questions. People say there is not a silly question. Sometimes there is a silly question, and it's okay. It's okay to be silly because it lightens the mood, it cheers everyone up. And if you're okay with it, you can be lighthearted. You can just enjoy it and embrace it and say, you know what, it's cool. It's cool, it's fun, and be humble about it. You know, instead of getting all cut up and getting annoyed and feeling stupid about yourself. What if you flipped on the other side? What if you flipped the other way and just said, oh, simple mistake, hey? It's funny, and now it's a memorable moment for us. So every time we go traveling, we say stupid stuff like that. And, you know, it's funny. It's the stupid stuff, the funny stuff that we remember, not the stuff that makes us feel smart, not the stuff that makes us feel, you know, interested, right? It's the funny stuff. And so make sure you do that. Make sure you're willing to put yourself out there to ask the silly questions. There are silly questions in life, and those silly questions are the most memorable ones, I find. So make sure you do that, guys. So that, guys, question of the day is, what silly question have you been holding back in your head that needs to come out, so that other people can have a chance to not feel so silly? Right? Because if you set the bar silly here, then it just helps other people to feel like, hey, he can ask that and feel good about himself after, then why can't I? So that's what I want to share here today with you guys. Make sure you go out there, you go ask that silly question, even if it ends up not being silly. And what if you were targeting to just be silly? How would life be? How much fun would you have if you're targeting that? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should start asking more silly questions of you guys. Maybe I'll instigate a response. Anyway, guys, so that's all I had today. Remember to go out there, go live with love, go smash it, and I'll see you again in the next one. Thanks, bye. You know, like one guy said something, and I forget what it was, and I could sense there was pain in his eyes. I said, you've been through something painful or traumatic recently, haven't you, man? He's like, yeah, man. And so just hearing that and just being able to share that with someone is a beautiful